In for the Night is a podcast that discusses movies, random topics, and gives you an excuse to just stay in for the night. Oh,
I tried. You said it too fast this time.
How's it going? My name's Katie.
My name is, what is my name on here again?
Ty.
Ty. I have too many names.
I
need to trickle those down some.
I don't understand how you forgot your own name.
I didn't know if it was Ty, Slim, my real name.
Do you remember your real name?
Right now, no.
So, just a little backstory. Ty works third shift now, and so he works at... Are you comfortable? Jesus Christ. This guy is such a dawdler. Like, he'll sit there and fidget for like 20 minutes, and I'm like, hey, chop, let's go. And he just is just dawdling, and he's trying to spell autopsy. And
no, I was trying to spell Jane, and I was not going to spell Jane.
That's a little teaser into what our movie is, but we'll tell you the full... If you can't guess what it is.
You should know.
You should know. But he's just dawdling while he works third shift, and so instead of coming home and going to bed and sleeping for a few hours, he just plays video games. And so then we went to brunch and came back. He decided... I was like, okay, we should just record and get it out of the way so then you can sleep.
I mean, that would have been ideal.
You should have just done it.
But I was falling asleep on the way home.
Maybe I should have driven.
No. I mean, maybe.
I like how you put my life on the line all the time.
Yeah, hell yeah. You got to keep it interesting, babe. You got to keep it. That's how you keep the flame in the marriage.
Of potential death. Great. I love where your priorities are.
I mean, you like haunted things.
I don't want to be the haunted one.
That's death and destruction right there.
Oh, my God.
I'm just trying to make, what's the word you say? Trying to make it come into fruition.
Fruition?
Fruition.
It's pretty much spelled like that. Fruition.
There we go. See? Look at me. Not my bio means.
Bio means. I love that. Bio means. How do you spell bio means? You mean by all means?
I was... was I 36 or was
34?
I 35 when I figured that out? Because it was just last year.
We were how old are you now?
In Princeton.
You're 36
so
now?
I was 36 years young when I found out about by all means.
That it was 3 words, not
one word jumbled in one.
We were walking and he was texting somebody and he's like, babe, how do you spell bio means? And I was like, by all means? It's pretty funny.
I've never spelled it before because it's bio means.
Oh, I just
so how dare you? That was my favorite pen.
My mom gave it to you, so calm down.
Well, now it's a broken mom gift.
It's normal. Oh, crap.
Did you break it? Jeez Louise. Can you put that down, please?
No.
Good Lord.
Anyway, so it's been a couple weeks since we recorded. We recorded the last 2 episodes because we planned on going on vacation. And we went to...
Bahamas.
I was going to say it together, but yeah. Bahamas.
Bahamas.
It's because that's how you spell it.
It is.
Overall, it was a really great vacation. We live in the Midwest, and it's definitely tornado season. So the day before, we had like 27 flood warnings, and then tornado watches, and I don't know what else. It was really bad.
When we got down to the Bahamas, like the weather followed us, and there was super bad thunderstorms in the Bahamas on Saturday. So then a bunch of flights got canceled. And it was a pain in the butt to get back home on Sunday. I didn't get home until Monday. Granted, we were supposed to be home at 3 p.m. on Sunday.
Yeah.
I didn't get home until like almost 3 p.m. on Monday.
No, you got home at like 10 a.m. on Monday because you had that flight in the morning.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so 11 a.m. on Monday.
I like how you add hours, and it's like you've landed at 9:15 on Monday.
I didn't land on 9:15.
Yes, you did, because I left at 9:15 because I was going to give you time to get out of the airport.
You picked me up at like 9:45. That's right.
Anyway, so we fly standby. Ty gets free flights, which is awesome, but it's been crazy. We like flying out was a little bit easier.
No, it wasn't. We almost missed our flight coming, or we almost couldn't get on the flight coming here.
Yeah, and the lady gave us attitude. She's like, I've been calling your name. And I'm like, Lee, we literally just walked off the plane from our previous flight.
The first one from our hometown, or our town that we live in, to the other one. We almost did not get that one. We were like really stressing, because if we would have missed that, we would have missed a flight to get out there, and we wouldn't have gotten there until
the next day. And then we would only spend
Saturday? No.
Friday.
Wow. Friday.
And it was just a lot. But we went parasailing. Holy shit, that's so much fun.
If you have not been parasailing, you should do it 1,000,000%. It is awesome. It was fantastic. It was like, I was scared at first, 'cause I thought he was just like going to sit you on a boat, hook you up, sit you there, and just let the wind just whoof, whisk you out to the sea like super duper fast. But so I was like, we took pictures and we posted them. Everybody was like, Ty, what's wrong with your face? It's because I was like scared shitless there for a second, because I was like, how is this going to work? And then once I realized that he was going to let us go slowly, and then once we get out like off the boat and in the wind, then he like kind of lets you go faster. So once I realized that, I had like big smiles on my face, but I was like shitting bricks there for like 30 seconds.
It was really cool. I'm afraid of heights, so this was not bad at all. And then the only scary part was when we went over that little sailboat with like the sharp thing.
That shit would have snapped. That would have
like
been fun.
if we fell down, we would have been gotten skewered.
I would have been impaled through the buttocks.
That would have been bad.
That would have hurt a lot.
I think you'd be dead.
Probably through the buttocks, which is not how I pictured to go.
How did you picture it going?
90 years old in my sleep.
As I put a pillow over your head.
Hey, that works, just as long as it happens. What was the other thing? It was the fun fact about the parasailing thing. Like, we did it, and then you're just breaking that. You just need to leave it alone. Fun fact about the parasailing thing, after we got finished, we finished with our friends, got back on a boat, and that's when we found out the wonderful story about, like, what was it, a week before or a month or a few days, there was people that were parasailing, and apparently the rope snapped and they went into the side of a building or something.
Oh, yeah. Like, so I don't know if it was like the timeline, but apparently some like honeymooners were on their honeymoon, obviously, and the rope that connected them to the boat snapped, and they can't steer it because this is parasailing. You just are floating.
It's just the wind.
And so the wind took. It's not funny. It's actually terrible, but the wind took them to ran into the side of the hotel, their hotel.
Oh wow!
It's not funny, but it is, because it's like ironic. Y'all just got married, and you're doing something fun and exciting, and then you die
together. Hey, death till death do us part, or do them part.
That was a real short marriage.
Super short. Wow. Yeah, we found that out afterwards, and the guy explained. And the whole time while we were up there, I kept looking at the rope, and I kept looking at the rope. I was like trying to see if there was any weak points, and I didn't see any. Thank the heavens, because I used to do like little rigging at past jobs. Well, and I still kind of do it now, but not nearly as much. So, but the guy was like, "You're supposed to." He was like, they already had a bunch of mistakes, and he said the two main one was they would keep tying the rope in the same spot. So instead of like cutting it and retying in a new place after each use, or after, what do you say, like after a week or two of using it in the same spot, then you would cut it and then you'll tie it again. So they kept using the same, and that just wore on it, because he said those ropes last like 2 years.
No, 10 years.
Or 10 years. Like, so they're apparently very sturdy ropes, but obviously if you tie something over and over and over and over and over in the same spot, it's going to get weak. And that's what happened. And then the damn thing snapped. And apparently he said also there was like a thunderstorm coming in. So it was like winds were over
like 30 or 40 knots.
Yeah, 30 knots or some shit like that. So that was that was another mistake too, because he said like when weather's within like seeing distance, they don't do any parasailing. And the funny thing was, right after we finished,
it started
storming. So
we went to the pool, and there's like tables in the pool, and we were playing Exploding Kittens, which is my new favorite game now.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
And our friend KNN, they brought it out, and you know who that is?
Yeah. I was just thinking, I was like, N, what? No, but never mind.
They brought it out and we're playing Exploding Kittens and just like relaxing, having some drinks because there's a pool bar. And it's an all-inclusive resort. We went to the Rio Palace Paradise Island, I think it's called.
That's a super long name.
It is, but it was pretty nice. The only thing that like they fucked up was our transportation on the way back.
Did you ever do that?
I emailed them, but I haven't heard back, so I'll email them tomorrow. Because everything's on my work laptop. But it was really nice. I've never been to an all-inclusive resort before, and so something like that, I wouldn't call it a resort. I wouldn't call it a resort, just a hotel. And so
like
it kind
Atlantis was a resort, sort of.
That place was stupid expensive. Do you want to tell them how much?
Oh yeah, I still have this freaking receipt. So we went to Atlantis, which it's kind of dumb too because like they're still kind of hardcore about COVID over there. So you have to wear a mask in the hotels, even though no one did. You have to wear a mask in the elevator, which no one did. But anyway, like there's a beach access to this Atlantis hotel, which is literally
like a 2-minute
right
walk
on the other side of the fence of our hotel. The only way to get there, they make you walk all the way around. So you have to take the street down, turn right, and turn right again to get there. And then if you take a taxi in there, they check you to make sure you're like you don't have
visa,
COVID. But if you walk up, they don't give a shit. And then you can take a beachway, but apparently they have it blocked off because of COVID related reasons that it made it only private or something like that. So we had to walk 15 minutes, even though it was literally 10 seconds away.
The building I could touch. I can touch the building.
Yeah, we can like literally touch it. But anyway, so like we went there because our friends were there to meet their family, and we go to the bar. We're like, I want to get a drink. Go to the bar. We get a double well vodka and basically a double well whiskey, and it was $70 for well. I was shocked. I was like thinking maybe 40, 50, you know, because they said it was an expensive hotel, but $70 for freaking well drinks, that's insane. Like
that's stupid.
We never bought drinks again. We're like, yeah, fuck this place. And we waited around for a little bit. They didn't come down, so we went back to where he had free drinks and free food.
And then we got back to our hotel and realized we didn't have any cash to tip anybody.
Oh yeah.
And they had no ATMs at the hotel, which was stupid.
Not even at the convenience store across the street.
Not even the convenience store. And they're like, oh, it's about a 15-minute walk. And I'm like, fuck
so
you.
It was right back by Atlantis where we just walked to twice before.
So we walked all the way back to Atlantis and then all the way back to our hotel, which was 15 minutes each way. I will remind you, it is a literal 1 minute walk on the beach. We could have just
how?
And we would have gotten the cash and come back in 10 minutes at the most.
Max. But probably less than that. And nope, had to go all the way around 6 times.
One.
It was 6 times.
2.
Yeah, it was 6 times.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Because we
3
went
times.
there. Yeah, it was 3. Yeah, so 6 total. Like they're back.
We walked a lot that day.
Yeah,
I was tired.
And that sun drains you there, but
it's gorgeous.
I mean, it was not too bad. It was cool doing an all-inclusive hotel, but me personally, would I go back? No. But that's just me.
It was okay. I mean, if we had a different experience or maybe a different hotel, I might, but it's like overall it was...
I mean, no, because RIP to those people that passed at one of the hotels there.
Sandals.
So, yeah, screw that.
While we were in the Bahamas, somebody in the Bahamas at the Sandals Resort died from an air conditioning.
It was almost 2 couples. It was a
3
couple.
people.
Yeah, 2 couples were in there, but the wife of the second couple, she survived.
Oh, that's
I don't know how, because apparently she was like really bad condition from what Kay was saying. So I don't know if she is okay now or what. I haven't looked into it, but apparently their AC unit malfunctioned and was blowing out toxic fumes.
Yeah.
Never heard of that before, but just kind of be weary out there, guys. If y'all go to resorts or something like that, and
if you start feeling weird, make sure.
Yeah, you start feeling weird, shut off your AC unit and try to call someone or speed dial someone. Luckily, their son hadn't heard back from them, so I guess he called the resort and then they went up to the room or something like that. That's how they found them. Otherwise, they all 4 would have, the last one would have perished too. So, what is it like? Condolences to their families. That's kind of rough. And there was two couples. I think they were on their honeymoon too, or something like that. So
No, they were in the same room. I don't think they. If I was on a honeymoon and I was sharing a room with somebody, that's depressing.
maybe they weren't sharing a room. Maybe they were young. Who knows? They're trying to do it like the cheaper way. I don't know. I don't know how old they were.
Overall, that was the trip. We finally talked Ty into going to Cancun in October. Mm-hmm. He was very against it, but now he's like, okay, we'll do it because it's a very nice resort. I was looking, there's like 27 restaurants and it looks really cool. Yeah. It's all inclusive as well, so.
It's supposed to be a dope all inclusive too. And they have like better package adventure deals. Like Kay was saying, it's like for if you have 10 people, it's only like $149 a person to do like a tour thing. And I'm like, that's awesome compared to $500 at the Bahamas each. That's ridiculous.
It is. Well, anyway, so we are going to talk about our movie, Mystery Men. I love this movie. I know you did not like it. It's not terrible. Not all my movie choices are terrible. Do you want to read it or do you want me to?
Terrible. I'll read it.
All right, Mystery Men. Wait, but make sure to go through the whole synopsis.
Terrible. So we have Mystery Men, and it's a 6.1 out of 10 on IMDb, 61% on Rotten. I was going to say Rotten Potatoes, Rotten Tomatoes, 65% TV Guide, 77% like this movie. Well, they're all terrible. So. Champion City already has a superhero, the appropriately named Captain Amazing, Greg Kinnear, but that doesn't deter the city's 7 quirky amateur crime fighters who use a Captain Capture at the hands of villain Casanova Frankenstein. That is actually a really cool name, Casanova Frankenstein. Jeffrey Rush as motivation to prone themselves. The only problem is that their strange powers, silverware hurling, bowling, shovel skills, incompetent invisibility, and deadly farting, basically. I don't know how to say
Flagellants.
that word. Flagellants. Never even heard of that. Aren't doing them any favors. Release date was July 22nd, 1999. Director was Kinka Usher. That's an interesting name. Not doing the music. Box office was $33.5 million. Not sure. Oh, box office. That's how much they made, right? I wonder how much the movie was like cost them to make.
I don't know.
I wish they had that on here. Yeah, so it has main people is Ben Stiller, Janine Garofalo. I don't know how to say that. William H. Macy and Hank. I don't know how to say that either. Azarina. Oh, and Captain Amazing. Wait. Oh, yeah, I already said that. Greg Kinnear. So, yeah.
So you didn't like it. I know this. But let's just discuss the movie, the topics. So,
I mean, I wouldn't say it was like super terrible. It's not on the level of Napoleon Dynamite. This is better than Napoleon Dynamite.
Ooh, we got some thunder.
Yeah, I think it just rains wherever we go.
So this movie, I want to connect it to like a bunch of different TV shows and movies. So this is very similar to Batman, except stupid.
Yeah, like what is it like?
Champion City is like Gotham City.
Like, what do you say? Like when they make spoofs. There we go.
Yeah. And so that's kind of connected with, because it's very dark, very DC. And then Captain Amazing is literally Superman, except Captain Amazing has 0 powers, like absolutely no powers.
Yeah,
he just
0.
punches a bunch of people. And he has a rocket. And I want to say that
he's also really rich, apparently.
Yes.
So he's like Batman.
Yeah.
But without all the fancy gadgets, and
he just has a lot of sponsors.
Yeah.
That's funny.
One was like Adidas was one of them, or
Pepsi.
Pepsi, yeah.
And a bunch of other ones. Like there was like an oil one, I can't remember what it's called, but I liked the idea of just because kind of like that, connecting it to I want to say The Boys. What was the other superhero one we were talking about? I told you about The Boys, and then
The Boys.
Is it just that one? I thought
Yeah,
there was
that's
another
the
one.
one we're trying to figure
And
out.
kind of like what's the one with John Cena?
I don't know that
Fuck.
one. It's his name, isn't it?
Peacemaker.
Yeah, Peacemaker.
Kind of similar to that. There's a bunch of superheroes that have random powers and
Or no powers.
or zero powers, and they just want to feel important. And I thought that was really funny because it's trying to bring the average Joe into the spotlight, and that's all they wanted. They wanted to be recognized. And Mr. Furious, Ben Stiller,
Oh yeah, Ben Stiller.
he has no powers, just uncontrollable rage. And I'm like, have you seen a Karen in a grocery store?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
So that means anyone could have been that. Who has uncontrollable rage.
So starting off, we start in Champion City, and the first group of villains, the Red Eyes, are terrorizing a senior folks home, like an old folks home. And I like how they are stealing literally everything, from false eyeballs to his dentures, this guy's arm.
Prosthetics.
I just found that really funny. Like, what would you do with like an eyeball?
Sell it.
To who?
People would. You'd be surprised.
Anyway, so
You would be hella surprised.
but that was just funny to me. And then when the three guys come in, so we have Mr. Furious, which is Ben Stiller, the Blue Raja, I don't know his real actor name, and
That's
then the
Hank.
Hank. Oh, and then the Shoveler. They come in. I mean, I want to say the Shoveler and the Blue Raja really do have powers. It's just, I don't know, they're just going about it the wrong way. So
No, Blue Raja is probably the only one between the three of them that has actual powers because he can throw forks and spoons with like perfect accuracy and speed. I don't
Which is
think
crazy.
anyone can do that.
that's very true.
But the shovel, I mean, he just fights with a shovel. He doesn't really have any superpowers.
Okay.
He just hits people with shovels.
I mean, I could do that.
Exactly.
But his shovel's really, really shiny.
At the end, not in the beginning.
He just had a regular shovel.
He had like an old, beat up, terrible shovel, and at the end, he gets like this diamond plated shovel.
And I like how his wife is just
At the end, she's like, "Oh, that's your daddy." Even though she was like, "If you leave, I'm gonna leave you."
when you come back, I'm not going to be here.
Yeah, he's like,
I
"That's
mean,
the risk I'm willing to take."
I want to know what his day job was. Was he just a shoveler, or was he just?
I think they only showed one person's day job, and that was Ben Stiller's.
And he
when
worked
was
at a
working that
junkyard.
chop shop. Yeah, junkyard.
Talking about the chop shop, my spirit animal is that very fuzzy lady.
With the beard.
Yeah.
So you want to have a beard?
No, I don't want to have a beard.
I think you do want to have a beard
Because she keeps on calling him miserable cuss. And I remember when my mom used to call us that.
Is that like kind of like see you next Tuesday?
Cuss?
Yeah. Is that
Like a miserable cuss? No,
is
not
that
that.
kind of the same thing? Cuss. See you next Tuesday.
No. Or you can say cunt, babe.
Oh, can I? Oh, I didn't know if we needed to sign a waiver.
No.
No.
I just clicked the box saying explicit, and so then we can swear all we want.
nice.
But miserable cuss is more like, oh, you ratty little kids kind of thing.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Isn't he a grown man and she's calling him a miserable
I mean,
cuss?
at that time, he's like in his 20s, so he is a grown man technically.
She
but-
should be calling him a miserable cunt.
I think they would have to rate it R then.
Oh, yeah, it's true. Oh, it was rated PG-G.
PG-13.
G.
Miserable cuss definition. I'm like literally looking at. Okay. Oh, well, no, that separates it. I need it together.
One word.
Von Vod.
I mean, how long does it take to look it up?
Happy or depressed, wretched. Causing misery, discomfort.
I'm sure in her definition she meant wretched.
Okay. Well, anyway, so I thought she was funny because I'm like, I need to start calling people miserable cusses because now we're getting to the point where, oh, I'm just going to call you a bitch or a cunt. But now it's like if you bring back like fun fun,
Evil words.
not evil, but ways to describe people, like adjectives. You're a miserable cuss.
I think it sounds better saying it the other way.
Miserable cunt.
Yes. That sounds so much better than
I mean-
cuss.
I
It's
mean,
just weird.
it's
It's,
just
like
like-
you're calling them
it's
like
aggressive.
a cocoon or something.
A cocoon. You miserable cocoon.
You're going to be a damaged butterfly.
I want to be a raccoon. Raccoons.
Why would you want to be a raccoon?
They're cute.
I mean, they have like 5 fingers.
And they
so.
clean their food. That's what you are. That's your spirit animal.
A raccoon?
Little raccoon.
Why am I a raccoon? Raccoon.
Do I really need to go to...
What, do I have bags under my eyes?
Yes. Anyway, so going forward, I love when Casanova Frankenstein gets let out of prison or the asylum, and Captain Amazing, or Lance, I want to say Bass, but that's the drummer or singer of some sort of boy band. Lance was reading a letter that he got from Captain Amazing, and it's just his grocery list.
His grocery list: bacon, ketchup.
It was pretty funny. And then he was like, he's not a problem. He's not a threat. And so then Casanova Frankenstein gets out. He goes to his house, invites the Disco Boys, which I love them as his little minions.
Disco Boys.
And then
And
they
they
always
do everything
pose.
with poses.
I mean, that's kind of cool. I have to say the creativity that the people had in this movie for random powers was definitely,
Well, it wasn't
There.
a Ben Stiller movie. He comes up with random things all the time.
yeah, but that was really cool. So the Disco Boys were his like right-hand men. And then Disco's not dead.
I just like how
Disco is life.
Lance / Captain Amazing gets this guy released so he can like
Have somebody to
have
fight.
someone to fight, and then he ends up getting killed.
Deathman is dead.
Like he built this machine just for Captain Amazing and to destroy the city, and Captain Amazing ended up talking too much shit, and then
So I wanted to bring up the fact when Captain Amazing went to visit Casanova Frankenstein that he was like, oh, please disengage your blah, blah, blah. And then he took his rings off, took his shoes off. And then Captain Amazing walks in, and then he was looking at the little box, and it turned out to be chloroform.
and he's like, "You're so predictable."
Oh,
I
dang.
I thought Captain Amazing was going there to like join forces with this Casanova
No,
thing.
he just wanted to fight him. And when he walked in, he's like, you're my worst nemesis. What's the plural? And it's like, it's penis peni. Nemesis nemini. Nemini?
Nemesis Nemini. That sounds
Nemesis.
funny. Nemesis Nemini.
Nemesis. I can't even fucking say it.
Nemesis. I would just say
Nemesis.
Nemesis.
And Casanova's like, nemesis. And he's like, okay. Whatever.
I was Nemesis. No. What was I
Nemesis.
saying? I can't remember what I just said 30 seconds ago. Oh, well.
Oh, well.
Damn it.
But so then he gets captured, and Ben Stiller sees this, and he was up all night, goes back to the junkyard, works the day, and then later that night he gets his friends together to try to go rescue Captain Amazing, but they can't do it alone.
They need the bowler.
Well, then they hold tryouts, but they go visit Kel, whose power is being invisible, but absolutely nobody can look at him.
I mean, I was like, so he's not invisible then. But at the end, he shows his true powers.
Can you see me? Yes.
2 hands that, my boy.
If you want to
That
continue
was my
fighting,
favorite part.
if you want to continue fighting crime, you might want to put some clothes on.
They're like, oh dear. And then Raj is like, 2 hands there. And he goes, as soon as he said that, he goes like this.
Oh my god.
But like, it would definitely, you could still see it if you go like this. Like, he wasn't even, I wish everybody could see me, but He's covering his thighs mainly, not even his actual like PP.
Fun.
Peni.
Penis, peni. He has two.
He does. I mean, damn near. If it's like that long, then
And I like that he peroxided his hair. How did that go for you when you peroxided?
I went bald. Yeah, got a nice little juicy bald spot.
So I guess in high school you were on the basketball team, football.
Well, I mean, I was, but no, this is football team.
And so you wanted to color your honey blonde, wasn't it?
Yeah, because there was so like after we won our first game, there was a bunch of guys, black guys, that wanted to dye their hair, and they came into school one day, or did they tell me about it? I can't remember, but anyway, like I think 5 or 6 of them all dyed their hair honey blonde. So I was like, screw it, I'm gonna do it too. So I went out, got the stuff, honey blonde, dyed my hair. My mom helped me. And I was like, interesting. Went into
Is
school.
there a picture of this?
I don't know, probably somewhere. But
I need your mom to
have
send it to me because I want to put that on the
She
Patreon
has
page.
to have it. I would assume so.
I love how your mom actually does listen to the podcast. I'm gonna segue off of this for a second, and she messages like I'm not a group message person. I'm sorry, Mom. Like if you send me 27 messages, I will read the last 2 and then respond to the last 2. I will
Or
not.
not respond because you don't respond at all.
Group texts are like stressful and it goes off every
Anyway,
2
keep
seconds.
going.
Anyway, and so randomly she sends a message to Ty into our group message saying, "Oh, so you have ADHD? I want to learn more about that. How is Ritalin?" Because we talked about how you have ADHD and shit, and so it was
I was on Ritalin when I was younger, but she asked me about it, and I was like, I honestly do not remember. Like, I don't.
Maybe we need to put you back on that because I need to like
remember way, way, way back. I just remember that I told her I didn't want to take it anymore, so she took me off of it. And I remember telling her or her emphasizing that the reason why I wanted to come off of it is because it sounds like a bunch of animals screaming in my ear or in my head. Like that's what the Ritalin was doing. So I was like, I don't want to be on this crap anymore. So I got off of it, and ever since then I haven't been on, and I've been fine. But I can't remember like
you're just annoying
really
the shit out of your wife.
Anything else.
Anyway, going back to your honey blonde.
Oh, so yeah. Went honey blonde, and then I was after a football game or practice, whatever. We're all in a locker room, and we just all showered or whatever. And I was getting dressed, going to my class, and someone walks up and is like, "Hey, man, you're getting a bald spot back there." And I was like, "No, I'm not. Shut up." And he's like, "Yeah, you are." And so I went and looked in the mirror. I don't know if I looked in the mirror at school or at home. I looked, and sure enough, it was like thinning out real bad, like circle area right there. I still had hair, but it was like you can see my
scalp.
I was like, son of a biscuit. So yeah, and then went full on bald.
I mean, you look really good bald. I saw a picture of you with afro, and I was like, I would not be with you if you had an afro.
I never had an afro.
It was like a ball, a globe.
Never had an
Talking
afro.
about hair,
I wanted an afro, but because I was trying to grow my hair out to get braids.
So I got really bored with my hair. Like when I get bored, or I'm Gemini, so I need change frequently. So I kind of cut
that means husbands too.
I'm about to kill you and find another one. Just kidding. So I shaved my head. I videotaped it. It is on Patreon. So if you want to watch the full video of me shaving my head, all you have to do is donate at least $1 and you get to see all of it. And then I took pictures of Fifi because she was looking really cute. But
she was watching?
No, she was sleeping and she was like on a pillow and she like had her little paws up and it was really cute.
Oh.
And so I added that. So we're going to be adding Patreon videos once a week so that you can kind of talk to us. They're going to be short, like 5 to 10 minutes long, because it doesn't like it when it's over 5 or 10 minutes long. So, but we'll have videos started posting weekly or bi-weekly, depending on how busy we get. But at least we'll get some more content up there. But become a Patreon. It'll be fun. And you get to see more of us and you get stuff from us.
That's true. And
our friendship.
Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. You know what I'm saying?
You're not funny, dude. He's been like He's really tired, and when he gets really tired, he gets giggly, and oh my God, it's terrifying. What else I used to do? I used to do the creepy laugh. I'm like,
That's creepy. No, no, no.
all
Gross.
right, where were we?
That's scary.
Oh, Honey Blonde,
Why
because
do you do that?
it's fun.
No.
So he plays video games, and I'm in the living room, and I can hear him when he's like talking to his like the other people and whatever. But one time he started doing this regularly. He'll like giggle. He'll like, I don't know how you did it, but like,
I gotta.
it's like a little girl laugh, but it's like a creepy little girl laugh that's trying to hide from you, and it's like a ghost.
That's scary. I would not want to see that in real life.
So when Cal brought the 3 people in, I just wrote this down because I thought it was funny. He told his dad, "Going to my room with these 3 strange men,"
and the
dad just doesn't
do
move anything.
Didn't
like,
move,
yeah.
didn't blink,
Damn.
nothing.
What do you think about the spleen?
The what?
The spleen. That was the farty guy.
Is a spleen?
The fart guy.
What do I think about him?
Yeah.
He's Pee Wee Herman.
I did not know that. I've watched this movie like hundreds of times. Literally did not connect the dots that it was Pee Wee Herman.
As soon as I saw him when he walked in the restaurant, like when they put the camera finally up to his face, I was like, oh, it's Pee Wee Herman. I just didn't say it out loud because I thought you knew that.
I did not.
Because you've seen the movie a million times.
And it just, I don't know.
But
that,
you said something at the end. I was like, she does not know who that is. And I was like, it's Pee Wee Herman.
It was like not even at the end. It was like midway through the movie and you're like, Pee Wee Herman. I'm like,
well,
my
You
world.
had said something. I don't know what it was. And it made me think or assume that you did not know who that person was.
I did not know who it was.
That's why I said Pee Wee Herman. I just can't remember.
I love Pee Wee Herman. I know he got like arrested or fined for like indecent exposure, but he was jacking off in a fucking theater.
I mean, who doesn't jack off in a porno theater? I'm pretty sure a lot of people do. They just don't get caught.
You don't go to a porno expecting to watch the movie. You are, but it's like that's not your main goal.
Oh, you're trying to be the movie?
Beat to the movie.
I was like, what? That's what he did. He got in trouble for it.
But it's okay. We still love you.
Yeah. Pee Wee Herman, you're awesome.
Pee Wee's Big Adventure. I love that movie.
Pee Wee. I wonder if he's called Pee Wee because he has like a, like the guy from Hangover. The guy with the bush. I wonder if that's why he's called Pee Wee because it's like the same size. Watch him actually have like a 10-incher. He's just like, boom.
I'm just going to let you talk. Not really sure how to join in on this one.
You can join in on that one. There's nothing wrong with it.
You can have them all to yourself.
Okay.
So spleen, my favorite part was when he was talking about how he got the powers, and he was like, I was passing by as a child of 13 or 14, and being an awkward child, I passed gas, but instead of just owning up to it, I blamed it on a gypsy woman that we were passing.
Oh, I didn't really fully understand what was happening there.
Because he was just telling us about how...
I think I was like playing with the dogs or something.
And then he was like, I will forever be he who dealt it. You smelt it, dealt it.
Whoever smelt it, dealt it. Whoever denied it, supplied it. Oh, so that's double whammy on him because he denied it and he supplied it.
Yes, and so that's what his curse was.
I mean, but that's a pretty good like weapon, you know? It's
Silent,
a lethal
deadly
fart, and you can aim it at people. Like, I think that's pretty dope. And he only got to pull his finger, so he has like unlimited ammo.
Pull my fingers.
I was gonna pull him.
No, it's okay.
No, it's okay. Jesus.
My back is hurting. Anyway, so then I noticed something throughout the movie, and this definitely has to be in the future, I think, because it was the money and the billboards in the movie were all in Japanese.
Well, yeah, it's in the future. You don't see any cities like that.
I mean,
and you had like this big bus or ship looking thing like flying in the air, and it wasn't an airplane. So yeah, it's in the future.
That was what's the Hindenburg called again? A blimp.
That was not a blimp. It didn't look like a blimp. It looked like it was made of metal.
Blimps are made of metal.
No, they're not. Blimps are made of. It's like a big balloon.
I will bet you.
Okay.
Okay.
And you will lose.
What are blimps?
I like how you look this stuff up. Right, meow.
I have to. Current blimps built by Goodyear and Lockheed Martin have no internal structure. They're really just inflatable bags. Fuck.
Bam.
Made of polyester fabric coated with neoprene rubber. So
you're not right.
But
Either
I'm
way
not
it
wrong.
goes. What?
That,
You said metal. They're not metal.
in the past,
Rubber and fabric. They're not
the Hindenburg
metal.
was made of metal.
Okay, that's the Hindenburg, not a blimp.
That got fancy.
Blimps are like big, ginormous hot air balloons, basically.
You're a big, ginormous hot air balloon.
Is that a fat joke?
Yes.
That's rude.
I'm sorry.
Good. I forgive you.
So let's start wrapping this up. So I really like this movie because it really brings into your friendship. It defines how friendships should be. You can fight with each other, but then just as long as you like apologize and work together, you can really overcome
Or
anything.
if you're Mr. Furious and you start having a temper tantrum, then they just invite you back.
Rage increasing. Blood.
And then I
boiling.
like how this friend was, well, he's like, yeah, wouldn't want you to hurt anybody. I don't think no, he finally did hurt someone at the end, but he got his ass beat the whole movie.
By Casanova Frankenstein and his pinky.
I don't think
nail.
he laid one punch on anyone until the very end of the movie.
The roof is on fire.
Jesus.
And he doesn't do any damage to the limo, and he's trying to get like the little hood thing off.
Yeah, he's trying to rip it off.
And he's like,
Freaking psycho. He's like a Tasmanian devil with no like damage.
A couple other things. So the friendship thing definitely was very prominent throughout this movie, as well as gender fluidity. For example, Casanova Frankenstein definitely was a man, but he wore girly clothes, so he had pearl earrings in. He did his nails, like he just had that.
Had his toenails did.
And then even some of the other villains, the supervillains that were there, they were definitely very like
the disco guys.
the disco guys. It was just really kind of cool that they were kind of adopting this, and this was back in 1999. So usually back then people would go around calling each other gay if they didn't like something that they did, which was not appropriate. Nobody should ever do that. And so this was kind of really cool to see for that time frame. I like seeing that as well, because it's just kind of opening up the door to gender fluidity, because gender is not a construct.
It is not. It should be, what is it? I guess equal, right?
Sure.
Is that what?
I don't know what you're trying to do.
I don't know what I was trying to do either.
But anyway, so that's something that I really enjoyed throughout that movie as well, because it just makes everybody accepting of every. What are you doing?
I don't know.
All right.
I was just trying to see if it, because like sometimes when I talk, it's not like loud, and then other times it is. So I was like,
You have to be facing it in like it's right here.
Oh, I can't do that because that means I have to turn.
You can move the microphone.
That's too much work. Too much work. See, it's working just fine.
Okay. So scoring wise, I would give this I'm gonna 8.5.
Seriously?
I love this movie. I've seen it so many times.
Seriously. You give this one an 8.5, but like something like a Sweet Girl, you gave like a 1.
I gave it a 7. 8.5. What's your score?
I don't think mine is on the scale.
Come on, you liked it. You liked Kel.
I did not like it.
I would say a
I was
3 or 4.
forced to watch it, basically, for the podcast.
You're welcome.
Okay.
So what was your score? Give it a score.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. 4.
There we go. Was that so hard?
-4.
Shut up. All right. So moving on to our topic of the day. We are talking about worst fears.
Chicken and grits and bacon grease.
That's what your fear is.
Chicken and grits and bacon grease. Getting splashed in the face by it, yeah.
What is it?
Worst
Grease on my
fears.
face.
I don't know if I actually want to like say my worst
You
fears.
have to.
Because like, what if, like people hear it and they're like, ooh, I'm going to make this a true thing type thing. And then someone hunts me and makes the true fear.
So my worst fear is...
Wow.
I'm just going to move on because we have to do this. So I'm not deathly afraid. I just don't like snakes and lizards. Because we've been having a lot of snakes in our backyard and it's terrifying me.
Oh, it's just worst fears. It's not like worst fear deaths. Got it.
I mean, we can do it that way.
No, it's okay.
That's like one of my worst fears. Like, I just don't like it. I don't like being near them. I like can look at them at the zoo and I'm like, yo, you look cute. But then I move on with my life and never return.
Shit, what's my worst fear? I mean, I thought it was a death one. I know it was just fears. I mean, I know I definitely do not like bugs. So
spiders, you're really bad with
mainly
spiders.
Spiders and, well, just really any bug in general, except ladybugs and butterflies. I'm cool with those. Caterpillars aren't bad, but spiders, especially big. And there was a big one on the freaking door earlier. It was like this big. I mean, obviously with its legs. It was like this big, and it was right at the top of the door. And I walked out and didn't know it was there. I would have freaked the fuck out if I would have seen it at first.
I need to clean the front area. Just because I don't like it having like so many like dusties.
I mean, I swept it the other day, but I mean, obviously we get a lot of wind here.
So another fear of mine, I know this is really random and totally like, I might succumb to it, but I might not. I'm terrified of getting sleep paralysis. So I purposely don't fall asleep on my back because that's how you mostly get it. I don't know. That's what I read somewhere.
I always fall asleep on my back.
But sleeping on my back helps my back because I have a really shitty back, which is hurting a lot right now. But sleep paralysis, I don't know if anybody knows this. If you don't, it's where you pretty much are awake, but you're dreaming. So things can come and like be terrifying. Read up on it. Some people have weird shit happen to them when they're in sleep paralysis. And that is like...
fun?
I wouldn't say that. But this only happened a couple years ago. Like, I never have had it. I've never had sleep paralysis, knock on wood. But that's just something that I'm worried about because I read about a lot of dark shit. I look into a lot of dark shit. I like watching a lot of dark shit. And so my brain would create something mortally terrifying.
Probably. Maybe you've already had sleep paralysis. You just don't remember it.
I'm pretty sure I remember it.
Maybe, maybe not. One of my fears, now I'm actually thinking of some, or one, is, I hope it doesn't really happen. Is this wood?
Yeah.
Okay. Is like when you keep saying earwigs, is like getting a bug in my ear. Knock on wood. That's my worst. That's probably like my all-time just fears. That's probably my worst one, is because I would probably freak the fuck out and cry and scream and yell and be like flipping out until it was out of my ear. Did you see the video
of that guy who had a moth grow in his ear, and then when they pulled it out, it was like alive and it like had huge wings?
No, I don't want to see that. How you know? That's probably not even real because he would have killed him. If a moth that big comes out of his head.
because it was like in a little circle, and then when they pulled it out, it like opened its wings.
Oh, I haven't seen that, and I don't want to see it because I just said what my worst fear is. Like when you watching that, when you watch that movie that had like a bunch of cockroaches in it, that's why I couldn't watch it. Is because like wounds. Wounds. Nah, can't watch anything. It's actually
a pretty good movie.
It's like, I know another one of your fears is, when you see like holes in people's skin. I knew it.
Like, I don't know. I saw. Okay, so that all started. I remember when that started. So I like looked up a lot of stuff, and there was this video, like this thing saying, "Oh, make sure you wash your bras before you wear them," because apparently there was this like parasite or something that would burrow holes into your body.
Oh, that's gross.
It wasn't true. It was fake because it was like the lotus was superimposed over like a lady's like chest, and I don't know. That bothered me a lot, and
I mean, that can happen though. That's why I don't like bugs, because but like, I mean, obviously probably not here in the States, but in like other countries, there's certain type of bugs that basically bury themselves in you and live inside your body. And I was like, I would fucking cut my arm off if that shit happened. Another fear of mine is, what was it? Fuck. Is, damn it, I don't know if I want to say this on
you
here.
have to do it.
Is being tortured.
I do that to you all the time.
No. Like pain torture.
Yeah, you are kind of a little bitch about everything.
I would try to do everything to just get them to just execute me.
So if you're holding pertinent information and they're like, "We're going to torture you now," no, just let me know what you need. I will give you addresses.
It's like the
phone
scene
number
in Deadpool where where the guy from the future captured the bartender, his friend, whatever his name, I can't remember his name. And he's like, "Yeah, I'm not good with pain, so whatever you want to know, I'll just tell you everything." That would be me.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. So this is not a fear, but it's something that bothers me a lot, and you do it all the time.
Yay!
Clipping nails.
Oh, yeah. How?
I don't like the noise. I don't know why. I don't know where that came from.
Yeah, that is weird. Like, why don't you?
That bothers me a lot. I don't like. I never.
Well, I guess it's like nails on a chalkboard.
I don't know, because I like, you're like, "Katie, but don't you cut your nails?" No, I use the middle nails cuticle scissors and I cut my nails.
I mean, those aren't cuticle scissors, the one you use.
Yeah, they are. Those are my nail scissors.
The long ones?
The little long ones.
Those are not cuticle, babe. They use cuticle ones at the place. They're like, they have like a little dip in them like this, and they're like that short. That's what you get the cuticle.
Well, that's
with.
what my mom used to call it, cuticle scissors.
How do I know more about that than you do?
You needed something.
This is true. No, I got two things now. I got the manager special.
I will throw my fucking shoe at you. You know what?
That's the best. That's the best. Oh, that's great. That's great. I think that's like I think that topples anything I ever can do.
Where's Alaska, babe?
Why do you insist on bringing that up?
Because it was a cold island below Hawaii. Like, what the fuck?
I think I explained it, but for the new people that are possibly listening, I always thought that Alaska was basically like, I don't even know what ocean that is over there. Is that the Pacific? Hey, I was right.
Good job.
I always thought Alaska was just like in the Pacific, just chilling, hanging out. I never knew it was attached to Alaska until like, last year or 2 years ago? So I was like 35 when I found out that Alaska was
You've
part
never
of
like
Canada.
looked at a map, not like a
I
book
have,
map.
but I've always only looked at book maps, and they show Alaska like this little bitty square, like down in the ocean. So I just fucking thought it was in the ocean.
You know why they do that?
Because it's too big to put on a sheet.
Because if you have a United States map and you only want to show United States, Canada, Alaska is connected to Canada, so they want to take that out. So they take it and superimpose it below.
I was 36 years old when I found that out that you just said right now. I like your stare.
I feel like I should be shocked.
It's me. You shouldn't be shocked. I mean, I just didn't know, but now I know, and Alaska is attached to. Now I understand why it's so cold there in Alaska, not in the
Where is it
Pacific.
Again?
It's up north near the North Pole.
Good job.
Sort of.
Arctic Circle.
Little west, but right? Yeah, I think.
South?
What? How is it south?
Did you know on the North Pole, everything is south?
Yeah. Wow. Jesus.
You didn't know that, did you?
No.
Did you know on the South Pole, everything is north?
I don't like you right now. Jesus.
We're just like being mean to each other.
That's what we do every day.
So that's, I guess, the worst fears. If you have some worst fears that you'd like to share, that would definitely be beneficial. Share that with us.
This is probably like my actual, the ear one is probably like second. My first, that's why it's kind of like when you have those dreams where you're like falling and then you like, you're technically hitting the ground and you like wake up.
Hi, puppy.
That's like more like my worst fear is basically like falling from something very high.
Yeah, you want to jump willingly.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
We got a couple puppies here now. We got Fifi Beans.
I guess they knew we're like almost about to wrap it up. So like, oh, they're almost done. Let's go bother them.
I like how Arrow just sleeps on the floor again and puts his paw.
So Fifi has been
naughty
lately. She's been, just to give you all a little history on our pups. She's been shitting in the house lately, and she has not really done that at all. Ever really. And for some reason, she just been shitting in the house. This is 4 times now. So today I really gave her, because we have a shot collar. So I don't think I told y'all the story. Just real quick. I'm trying to make it quick. When we first got our shot collars for her, because she was kind of really bad when we first got her. She was a stray dog. I don't think she had any owners. So she was a handful. She would jump the fence. She would do this. She would do that. So we got a shot collar for her. We put it on and we're like, oh, it shouldn't be. Oh no, it was the one we had. I think it was max level. So it was like 10 and it was good enough for her. Like she would kind of feel it and make a little noise. We're like, all right, it works. So we got these new ones because we lost those and we put it on 10 because I was like, well, that's what we had the last one on.
10 to 100.
It was, 10 to 99. So I was like, okay, I was like 10 out of a 99. It shouldn't be bad. Put it on 10, put it on her, and we're like, fuck it. She was being bad that day, so we tested it on at level 10. I shocked her. I felt so bad. Like, she yelped so loud.
She climbed up into his lap, and
she
was like, I don't
my
know what
lap
I
and
did.
like put her tail between her legs. I felt like the worst parent ever. And she was shaking. I was like, holy shit. I did not think it was going to be that like hardcore. So anyway, she's been shitting the house lately, and I spank. I'm a spanker. Like if I had a human kid, I would spank the kid too. I just think that's a normal thing. Discipline. So I spank my dogs if they're bad. So I spanked her the first time she did it, the second time and the third time. I was like, obviously spanking is not working. So I put a shot collar on her, and it was already on level 10. So I bumped that bad boy up to 12 and I shocked her and she felt that. So far I took a little nap today and wifey was like watching TV and she like roams around and there's no poop downstairs, but we'll give it a little bit.
She better not.
And see if it keeps going. But yeah, she's been really bad lately for some reason. We got like, potty bells as we call them.
I do not like those.
And they hate them. So wifey took them off. And I thought that was the reason why she was taking a shit in the house, because she was like, didn't want to walk by him because like she might hit it and make a noise. But now they've been off and the door was not blocked. So for the doggy door, so she easily could have went out. But for some reason, she still takes a poop in the house. So if anyone knows what could be happening, that's like maybe a dog expert. And all of our dogs are pit bull mixes. One is a pure. I believe she's a pure.
Yeah.
The other 2 are pit bull mixes. But just let me know what y'all think. We're dumbfounded. We like at the last house we had, she didn't take a shit, and that's because we didn't have a doggy door there.
And we always have to get up and let them out.
Yeah, we had to get up and let them out, but I mean, it was right there. You could kind of see, but now we have an upstairs, downstairs. So like, I would understand if it was raining. She doesn't like going outside to use the restroom, but I don't think it was raining when she did this. So I don't know what's happening. But anyway, just to give y'all
any support would be nice.
Yeah, any support would be nice because. See, that's why. Yeah, he's on it pretty good. That I don't like spanking them. Like, they love me, I love them to death. Like, and that's why I do spank them, is because it's a love thing. If I didn't care, then I can let them do whatever the hell they want. But and even after I spank her, she still like comes to me and wants to like cuddle with me. She just wants to prove, what is it like?
Daddy, I love you.
Yeah, what is it like? There's a name for it. I can't remember what it is right now. But anyway, yeah. So as wifey was saying, I just wanted to throw that out there. Just if anyone has any idea what could be happening, let me know, please.
Okay, so that is our movie and topic for the day. Next week, what's your movie, babe?
Next week, the movie is Autopsy of Jane Doe, which I know was on Netflix.
It was on Netflix. You can watch it on Sling or rent it off of Redbox.
Yeah, so it should still be on Netflix, and it is a super good movie.
So we are going to do a creepy show next week because I love creepiness. And our topic next week is going to be paranormal.
Yeah.
The paranormal. So ghost. He just licked the
He just
microphone.
licked the mic.
Stop doing that.
Stop licking the mic, dude.
Well, there's Arrow for you.
Yeah, y'all can probably hear him. He's like literally right next to you.
So next week, for next episode, watch The Autopsy of Jane Doe. Come ready for some ghost stories. Any paranormal, if we believe ghosts, blah, 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 all that fun stuff.
All that jazz.
Make sure to rate and review us. That is going to help us out. Please, please, please share it with your friends, family, dogs, if they listen.
Cats.
And if stop licking the microphone, bro.
The microphone, dude.
And please, if you like the show and you want to become a Patreon, please go to the website infothenightpodcast.com. And that is where you can find the link for our Patreon page and you can donate. We have different stages, different things that you can get while you're on Patreon. And yeah, become a Patreon donator.
Don't I?
Penis, peni.
Donor, don't I?
And pretty much your donations or your Patreon patronage will be used to buy our dogs treats because they're fucking expensive.
Yeah, it would. A lot of it would definitely go to getting them dog treats because we have 3 of them, and they love treats, and we give them treats quite often, and we like giving them like chew treats, so because they love the hell out of those things.
And so if you come, let's say if you become a $25 or more Patreon donor, we will videotape the treat that you bought them, and you can watch them enjoy it. They will eat it in a second, but
depending on what it is.
Yeah, don't lick her butt. Sorry. Anyway, so that is our show. We really hope that you enjoyed it. One more thing, just make sure that you start writing in. Our We're Not Qualified episode is going to be coming up soon, and we want to make sure that you get yours in. Other than that, we hope that we gave you a reason to stay in for the night, and we will talk to y'all later.
Peace out.
I knew you were going to do that.